The Lakers, we know they rely on LeBron James to create a lot of their offense, especially from beyond the arc. This season, Los Angeles has made 223 three-pointers that have come off a LeBron assist, and that's the second most in the NBA. So one thing we know for sure is he can drop dimes. He's leading the league in assists. Welcome back the entire fam. Jalen's still here. We got Uncle P and Jay Williams. But it seems as though his scoring has dropped off a little bit since the NBA restart. Paul, what do you think LeBron is focused on right now as his team is continuing to ramp up and they're hoping to win a championship this season?
Well, he's passive, and this is by design. This is, you got to understand, LeBron has the highest IQ in the game. So look, you're going to have expanded roles from guys like Alex Kuzma, Dion Waiters, J.R. Smith. With the absence of Rajon Rondo, Avery Bradley, he wants to see who he can trust out here going into the playoffs. And that's why you're seeing a LeBron James being so passive. He knows he has to be an aggressive once playoffs start. I mean, the Lakers are undefeated when he goes for 30 or more. So he's trying to see what he got in these last few games before the playoffs break. But I'm not worried about LeBron one bit.
We know how fantastic LeBron and AD are. They're both all NBA. The only team that's going to have two members of the first team. If there is a concern, is who's their closing lineup. No Avery Bradley. I saw Kyle Lowry go for over 30. I don't believe that happened if he plays. Their closing lineup that's been most frequent this year has only played 15 minutes together. 15 minutes! We know Brown and AD are in that lineup. The other three, KCP, Caruso, and Dwight Howard. No Kuzma, no Green. So therefore, that's what they need to iron out over these next few games and in the early rounds of the playoffs.
They'll be trying to iron that out here tonight against the Jazz. And Jay, Will, we've seen them on our air a couple of times, and they have really struggled, especially offensively, only averaging 100 points per game in the bubble. What are your biggest concerns, or where do you see the most room for improvement right now?
Yeah, MT, I actually think this is a great time to ask both Jay Rose and Paul this question, because it's one that I've been watching over the last couple of years, especially this year, and I've been really trying to think through deeply when it comes to Donovan Mitchell. Now, he's averaging 24 points. He's averaging the most points in a Utah Jazz player uniform than anybody else has since Karl Malone. But the real question that I find myself being conflicted about, is he a superstar? Like, I know he's a star. I know he's a really good player, but is he like a superstar that we believe can take Utah to winning a world championship? Because at the beginning of the year, a lot of people, I know they lost Bogey, and that's a huge loss to them from outside shooting perspective. And Jay Rose, I go to you first. Like, do you think Donovan Mitchell has the potential to be that guy to take Utah there, or will he just be a star?
I think he has all-star potential all-NBA performer if he's on a great team. But here's what I'll say about his future in Utah. When I look at the 2017 draft, the other max caliber players are Jason Tatum and Bam Adebayo. I see their futures with those teams. I don't necessarily see that with Donovan Mitchell in Utah. So Jay, to answer your question, don't be surprised if when it's time for those other guys to get extensions, that he doesn't sign one. I don't know if he's there long-term to be their best player.
Right now, though, Donovan Mitchell averaging a career high with Utah. Go ahead, Paul.
Man, listen, is he a superstar? Yes. By the criteria of this league, there's a lot of superstars in this league. But can he be the best player on a championship team, I think, is the question you want to answer. So I'm not so sure. I think you have to be at least 6'6" and up, just my opinion. But Donovan Mitchell is no question a superstar in this league.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.